everybody, it's Phil and Brandon from Zaid Comics, the creators of Magic Cop, a graphic novel we're launching on Indiegogo in August, and the two best looking brothers in all of comics. Today we're doing a little car video as we're out picking up lunch for the day. It's super warm out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So we went and got Arby's, and what goes best with Arby's than frozen custard? So we picked up some Andes for myself, Brandon, and a buddy at the office. Today we want to talk about kind of some rumors that have been going around, some new comic news in the world of comics. The first thing I want to talk about is the demise of the Swamp Thing series on DC Universe before the second episode has even aired.
Yeah, it's always good.
So we had a little rumor that they had to do some reshoots on the last 3 episodes. They halted production on it. That was back in April. And now, after rave reviews have come in from the first episode, they just flat out said that they're not going to be having a second season. Now, I seen the first episode, and I watched it with my communist friend. And even though she is a communist, she thoroughly enjoyed it. So that tells you something. It was very horror-based, and I know you didn't watch it, Brandon, but at the end of the episode, you get the transformation, you see Swamp Thing. So they went right into it. I don't know if Alec Holland is going to show up in like flashbacks or some stuff. Probably in the Swamp Thing's mind, but he got a pretty easy gig. He just had to do 1 episode, and now he's Swamp Thing, played by a different actor. But it was awesome. I loved the show. Very great imagery, setting up a really cool world. Now, this cancellation could mean one of 2 things. It's either going to be canceled. Brandon was saying probably because it's an expensive show. It looks like
probably not worth it based on the amount of money they're making off of this streaming service.
Yeah, and yeah, it looks really expensive because it looks awesome. And you know, maybe the streaming service is not doing too well. Or I was thinking that they're gonna put Swamp Thing as a supporting role in a different show. But as of late yesterday, there have been rumors that they're trying to option the story for a different network. Maybe the CW, which no one wants, or HBO, which would be probably the best place besides Netflix for this show to land.
Yeah, but then by putting it on HBO, you're already separating out your audience.
Right, you'd be splitting your audience, which is having a lot of people thinking that the streaming service of DC Universe is not going to last very long, which is unfortunate because we got great content out of it.
Right. They didn't cancel Titans, right?
No.
They didn't cancel.
Titans has a second season.
Doom Patrol.
I haven't heard anything about Doom Patrol. I'm not sure, but that was awesome. Everybody loved it, rave reviews. And the first episode of Swamp Thing has a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes right now. So everybody's digging it. So yeah, that's the Swamp Thing news. It sucks. And it's kind of like on the tail end of this new Vertigo news that came out from DC Comics earlier this week that I did a video on that you can go back and watch explaining all of that. But Swamp Thing really took off in the comics of the Vertigo imprint. More mature tones and themes that they went through. It was a straight up horror comic in the 80s. And Vertigo is what brought in Alan Moore to write the book, leading to a great career of his. Same thing with Watchmen and all these awesome books that Vertigo put out, and now it's tanked, and rumors are going around that it's not going to last. The other thing you wanted to talk about is the rumors around the new phase of the MCU. If you want to talk about that,
yeah, so it's always hard to tell if rumors are true, but you do get a lot of really solid leaks out, and it seems like what they're saying about how they're moving into the next phase, and that is always, to me, is not going to be as interesting as the previous phases because we're not as invested You know, if they're going to bring out all these new characters, they should have layered them well into the phase that I was already invested in. They didn't do a very good job at that. You know, like with Captain Marvel, you know, they tried to put that in there. I don't think that was a good layering because it was only a single movie, and then she was barely in Endgame. So, you know, there's not that solid investment with that character, and I think that's the character that they are really trying to make the keystone to the next phase. But from what they're saying, or these rumors are saying, that they're going to not have one giant arc for the movies, kind of like how all of these on the sneak led into one giant arc. They're going the safe route and doing some mini arcs. So 2-3 movie arcs involving different characters. And for me, I see that as a cop-out because they are playing it super safe. So if they come out with a character and that movie tanks, it's not going to ruin the entire arc.
Right.
And I feel like when you're playing it that safe, it's because you're not putting all of the quality that you could be into that movie. You know, you're not trying to figure out all of the best ways to do things in order to make sure that this movie's not going to tank.
Right.
I just feel like by them saying that, we're probably not going to be getting the best movies that we can out of it. Unfortunately, you know, we've been getting a lot of really, really solid movies from the MCU prior to this, but going forward, you can see the quality of everything is probably, the potential for the quality is there to go down.
Yeah, and let's look at some of the movies that they're going to be having coming out. So Black Widow, The Eternals, which Keanu Reeves has been rumored to be going to be casting The Eternals. And The Eternals is, no one knows, unless you're a super comic book fan, what The Eternals are. So they might be wanting to go the route of Guardians of the Galaxy here, to just interject some coolness into a team. And Keanu Reeves could definitely do that. Black Panther, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Nova, and the Guardians of the Galaxy are some of the ones. And like, for me, those really aren't exciting ones, except Doctor Strange. You know, I love him. He's awesome. Be cool to see what they do with Shang-Chi. Like Nova, I don't really care about Nova.
There wasn't anything in the previous phases that makes you want to go see a Nova movie.
Right. Black Panther was overrated. The Guardians, it's probably going to be good. Now they have James Gunn back.
Yeah, but you know, like they're putting Thor into there, so now instead of it, I mean that's cool, right? But it's cool. I feel like it's going to be cool just in small doses. Like how many times is it going to be like where Peter and Thor are going to be like,
I'm the captain.
I'm the captain. I'm the captain. You know, it's like, come on.
But the big news coming out of this is the big bad of the next phase is rumored to be Norman Osborn from Spider-Man, the Green Goblin. So, and they're saying it's not going to be a universe-threatening event. We've done Thanos already, and we're going smaller throughout these films. And there's not going to be anytime soon another Avengers movie. So it seems like they're doing smaller movies, smaller arcs, like Brandon was saying, but having Norman Osborn be a big part of at least most of them. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes with Spider-Man. You know, Sony still owns the film rights to Spider-Man, so they have to be partnered with Marvel on these, and to see if he ever shows up in any of the Sonyverse films. Because I know they're working on Morbius right now. They're going to do another Venom movie because that did so well.
Are they doing another Venom?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That's awesome.
It did really well for Sony. And that's a whole other universe. So it's going to be interesting to see that, and to see when we get some X-Men, because I hear this movie is like the worst movie ever made, this Dark Phoenix movie.
Yeah, Chris liked it.
Chris
Alec.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, which is really interesting because they kind of.
Yeah. So we're just about back to work, guys.
Whoa, the Black Widow thing.
Oh yeah,
So they're gonna change, or so the rumors are that Black Widow is having a prequel that's set after Endgame, which
makes no
makes
sense.
sense, right?
That was an actual article.
Yeah, there was multiple articles today talking about that. So then they're also talking about bringing on, they're gonna change the Black Widow character so that it's not Natasha anymore. Now it's, what was it, Yelena?
It was Milena.
Yelena, or was it the Y?
Okay.
What is this? Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting thing because now you're bringing on a new character that there was so much excitement about Scarlett Johansson having her own Black Widow movie.
Right.
And then now they're going to completely forget about that and then give some new woman the movie with a new character that people are nowhere near as familiar with.
Right. Very, very interesting choice. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video and haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscription button, give us a like, and comment. Let us know what you guys are thinking about all of these rumors and this wackiness in the superhero industry with movies and such. So thanks for watching. See you next time.